Hi, how y'all doing? What day is it today? Friday, right? The 7th, 2025, November. I did that a bit backwards, but what the heck? You got it anyway, right? Here in Ontario, Canada, skies are cloud covered and it's cold and it's raining, right? We can sit in my window, so it's coming from the south, maybe southwest. I don't know, southeast maybe, right? How you been sleeping? Slept good last couple of nights. Only woke up once, around 4. Go to the bathroom. Been dreaming all night, every night. I didn't make a video yesterday. I just, yeah, my son stayed home and I just didn't have nothing to talk about, right? I was just in a different realm, so to speak. But I remember my dream from that night, not last night, Wednesday night, right? I was all night long, I was sitting in a room or sitting somewhere with a bunch of women, and we were talking. What it was about, I'm not sure. But the moon phase, or the moon alignment yesterday, last night, was the seven sisters, right? Went behind the moon. So maybe that's who I was talking to, right? Getting ready to do that. It's different. Um, Last night I dreamt, and it was just the repeating thing all night. I'm not jumping in like a whole bunch of dreams throughout the night anymore. It's just one dream, one main theme, right? And last night I was doing something with orange. Orange doors, painting orange, all kinds of stuff, just orange, right? Which is your one of your chakras underneath your like where your pelvis is kind of thing. And it's creativity, right? So, different. Wonder what that's doing. What's lining up with that? Because what's ever going on in the heavens, they say, is going on Earth too, right? It's macro and micro. So I'm doing it in my dreams in the astral plane. The Schuman was 9 last night, or yesterday, I should say. 9. So pretty low, right? Endings, culmination of events, right? Wrapping stuff up. So yeah, we into a new moon phase, a waning gibbous, and it's about receive, spiritual, right? Yep. So you'll get something. Maybe it's going to be spiritual, right? A new thought, a new ability, a new consciousness, something. I noticed the last couple of days too, a lot of people have been having really tight necks, right? 2 of my sons so far have complained about it. And mine's been like this for a while now, a couple of weeks, right? So something is going on. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the 3-1 Atlas, right? Which can be transformed into the C1 Atlas because in gematria, C would be 3, right? So that's that bone that your head rests on, right? Vertebrae. Which would cause a lot of icky sensations, probably, if it's changing in your neck muscles and your shoulders, right? Because that's where it is, running down the sides into the shoulders, tightness, right? Even my son said his neck felt like his neck was going to get stuck the other day, right? So I was like, synchronicity. Something's happening, right? But we are changing our DNA. It's such a strange realm, folks. I was watching or always watching YouTube, right? Ain't got much else going on in my life. And other than getting downloads from source, right? And self. And I was listening to some melanated people talk, right? And their different understandings of what's going on and all this. And the thought came into my mind, and it was like, I wonder why they don't hear me. And a voice came and said, they're not ready for you yet. Right? And I was like, well, who the heck am I that they're not ready for me yet? Because when I look and I listen to all these different people, pale face, melanated people, I see the racism, right? Even though everybody says they're not racist, I can still see it. Everybody wants to be better than another color or another race, right? We're the most dominant, we're the most, pristine, all this. And I don't see it that way. It's not the realm I live in, right? I see everybody the same. I do. I don't care really if you're incubator babied or not. If you have a good soul and a good heart, you follow the three laws. Be good people, tell no lies, cause no harm. It doesn't matter where you came from or who you are, right? As long as you have that, right? You didn't follow your ancestors. You didn't do the devious things they did. So, and then it was like, they're not ready for you. And that really sucks because I see the realm totally different than everybody else, right? I asked myself, I said, is there anybody like me that sees it like I do? And just don't give me an answer, right? Because people can pretend. I need proof. I do. So, yeah, I don't know who I am that they're not ready for me yet. I guess that's why they made me mixed, you know? Because you can't judge these people for being who they are, regardless of what hue of skin they have. It wasn't their choice, in my mind, to have all that judgment thrown upon them when they were an infant. Even the oldest person on earth is still an infant to me because we used to live for hundreds and hundreds of years. We're still a bunch of babies, right? I do believe in unity for the good, right? Once all the parasitic people, beings get thrown off of Earth, then maybe we'll have that unity. Because it's not just going to be one hue of people that gets to stay, right? Because there is no pale face, really. Everybody's got melanin in them, or you wouldn't be here. Because we all started from those people, right? Regardless if the incubator babies were made in incubators or not, they were still made by melanated people. They had to get the DNA and the blood somewhere, right? If there was no Caucasians before that, where'd they get it, right? It has to be melanated then. They took it from themselves or from their slaves, which were all melanated. See what I'm saying? There is no color. We're all one. We're just different shades. Character is what shows you the difference between who's good and who's not, right? The three laws. So they're not ready for me yet. Different. I'd like to know what that means. Because to me, I'm just a nobody, living nowhere, broke ass, by myself. I'm fortunate. One of my sons still lives with me, so I'm not lonely, right? So there was somebody in my energy or my area, whatever, right? But they do say that the last will be first and the first will be last. That's another thing, right? If the last will be first and the first will be last, the melanated people take it as them because they were slaves. But they all started from one race to begin with, right? Just like, your brother's family enslaved your family kind of thing, right? And then they made the Caucasian, the incubator babies. Well, I would think that they would be last, wouldn't they? They don't have anybody. right? They started off as slaves themselves, animals, and then, civilized a bit and then turned into slaves. So everybody's a mofo slave, right? Except for the ones that started it and enslaved their brother's family. You catch my drift, right? It's so confusing. It's just not the realm that I'm from, or that I've seen, or that I know in my past lives, I suppose, right? Let's see how stupid people are. The inbreeding, right? And what it's done to people. The Muslims, the Islams, even some of the tribes, right? They believe that that's okay. I don't. I've seen what happens to the babies, right? I've seen how high their IQs aren't. Stuff like this, right? How they have a tendency to be vicious and angry and mean and revenge, right? And then now that I watch YouTubers all over the world and I see all the different peoples and the babies that were born from the Muslims and the Islams and all that, and how they treat each other and they raise their youngins, I just be like, wow, right? How the hell are we ever going to get out of this? And I'm like, am I the only person that feels this way or sees this? Right? And the voice just keeps on saying they're not ready for you yet. Different. Just different, right? Although, over the last couple of days, I've been getting confirmations, watching the videos of what I know is true, shit like this, right? And other people are just grasping it now and making videos about it now. And I've been doing it for some time. But they keep me little. And that's okay. I don't want to be big and get censored, right? I could care less about their wealth and their their being famous and being recognized. I prefer the opposite, right? I don't need all that attention. That could be part of my trauma though too, right? From this life, maybe others, right? Always being looked at as the bottom of the barrel in this small town, right? Although I didn't fall for all the social engineering or anything, you know? I don't believe in homosexuality. I know it's a mental illness. I know how to treat people, how to raise children with love, not for your prestige, not so they could be somebody. Get that education, that fake indoctrinate or that indoctrination, so you can feel better than others, right? You can have more, right? Man said if you had billions of dollars, to me when I was young, I'm like 20, if you had billions of dollars, what would you buy yourself? And I was like, world peace. I'd feed everybody and make sure they had a place to live, a home, right? He's like, no, 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 you got to pick something like, Maserati, whatever. I was like, nah, that's not who I am. I want everybody else to have it too, right? It's always been how I feel. It's just what it is, right? So yeah, how's your ascension symptoms? Pressure in the head, tightness in the shoulders and neck. And still my bottom chakra by my tail, lower back has still been icky, right? My feet, the tightness in the legs. Let's listen to a woman talk today, and she goes, if you have a disease, if something's wrong with you, fast for like 7 days, 14 days, because whatever is in your body that's causing you harm, the disease, will eat itself, right? And then you'll be better. It's like, I wonder. I don't eat all the time anyway. I have like a couple hands of peanuts for breakfast, usually around 10 o'clock, maybe later, right? And then my dinner at 5. I have a couple popsicles at 7. And that's it. I don't eat again until the next day at around 10 or 11, right? That's a form of fasting. I'm not one of those people that need to eat food all the time. I eat to live. I don't live to eat, right? There's a difference. I don't wake up in the middle of the night craving food or anything like that. I never have. Not unless I'm starving to death. There's been days where I haven't eaten for a couple of days. And yes, I would get hungry in the middle of the night. Right? But we ain't got food. There's not much you can do about it. So yeah. I suppose they got that going on in the States now. The food crisis time, right? What do they call it? Round 3 of the Hunger Games. You know what I mean? With them or the government taking away the food stamps and stuff like that, right? But my son was mentioning that yesterday. He showed me a video of an African woman with a great big meal for her children, you know, plates of rice and vegetables and some chicken on it. And she says, all right, now don't have good accent ability. She's like, all right, children, now you make sure you eat all your food. She goes, there's children in America that starving to death. And he thought it was funny. It was funny, right? Because this is what they used to do, say, in the media, in the news and stuff about China and about Africa years ago, right? So the turnaround is come, right? But I also told my son, nothing is as it seems, right? Nothing's as it seems. Everything happens for a reason. So those that deserve the food will get the food. Those that are the parasites probably won't, right? Or it'll get changed around and the right people will and the wrong people won't. See what I'm saying? So just get you into your emotions. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It does not affect you, right? I know I've heard fucking spiritualists say too, just because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean you should pay attention to it. Well, with all the crisis actors in the world, I don't care. Or it doesn't affect me, right? You can't believe anything you see, remember? And don't believe anything that they tell you. How does it make your body feel? How does it make your emotions feel? If it makes you angry, upset, mad, whatever, it's a lie. Your soul doesn't like hearing lies, right? If it makes you feel happy and good, it's the truth. It is. Your soul prefers that. So yeah. No birds. The last 2 days I haven't seen any birds, but it's been cold here and cloud covered. Well, yesterday it was sunny, but cold. The wind's been strong. So yeah, I guess they're forecasting snow a couple of days next week. So we'll have to wait and see. Make it snow but not stay, right? The ground's probably not frozen yet, so it probably ain't going to stay. And plus that caterpillar, that fuzzy bear I seen, didn't have any brown stripe on him at all. It was just beige, the whole thing. So that might mean a light winter, an easy winter. I'm going to have to wait and see, right? Whatever they do to the weather. But yeah. All right, that's enough for me. Every day I'm stronger than the day before. Every day, I don't know, what should I say? Every day I know what to say more than the day before. Every day I have more gratitude than the day before. I love you all as a consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye.